the network. Go ahead,
Okay.
Karen.
I'm just going to talk for 3 minutes, really. And it's just yesterday, Kylie talked about what the network was about, or she explained why we felt there's a need to be thinking about feminism at this moment in relation to digital humanities, or in relation to digital culture, and in relation to our practices. So what we thought might also be needed today, just for a few minutes, is to talk a little bit about what the network intends to do, if you like. So what the point of our intervention is, really. And I think what we intend to do, really, we wrote down 10 or 12 things we intended to do on the AHRC Irish Research Council form in gobbledygook administrative speech. But if you kind of turn it back to human speak, I think what we said we would try and do was, through this network, we would try and build a community of researchers interested in collectively, and perhaps severally, perhaps in smaller groups afterwards, identifying those issues, working on them, and moving them forward collaboratively, but also, if you like, collaboratively as this group. But hopefully in the future, the network will spawn networks, if you like. So although this is quite a short project, 6 months, we hope it builds in to something larger, and in fact binds into other existing networks already doing the same thing as well. So I think what we want to do is to identify issues that matter, identify possible interventions that might be undertaken, and perhaps undertake a few of those interventions, even if in pilot form or as a starter form. So I think that's what we wanted to do with the network. And the kind of interventions really might range across writing, thinking, organizing, coding, collaborating, finding new partners, making essential links. I think all of those things matter. I think that's what we want the network to do. And actually that has a bearing on who we initially invited to join it. We were looking for this really fantastic cross-section of people with different expertises and specialisms. So the way we were going to do it is kind of interesting, because we had a kind of before COVID plan, which involved these meetings, a lot of talk around the presentations. We had full days working together. We had big plans for kind of chained networking. After COVID, I think we realized it's a lot harder to build the network and to think about sharing the knowledge and expertise that we have. So I think it will be slower, and we accept that. But nonetheless, what we want to do is to bring people together in these 3 or 4 shared collaborative events. We're undertaking a writing project that I think we want to try and involve as many people in as possible, some kind of shared writing project. So there'll be more information on that quite soon. And we'd like that project to be shaped by these 3 specific interventions, if you like. And we're also hoping that as a network, we can look out in various ways. So there's a public intervention planned at the end of the talk as well. So I think really there's two key things we want to do. One really is to share knowledge and expertise and to build knowledge around these questions, theoretical knowledge, practical knowledge. And the other is to build a community that can do something about these issues and intervene in a larger field. And really, that's a very simple way of saying what we're doing, but I think it is what we're trying to do. And between these meetings, these 3 sets of events, the set of events at Sussex this week, the set of events at Cambridge, and the set of events in Ireland, we will be trying to stay in touch with people using email and using the website quite a lot more as well, to try and build those kind of links. So finally, we're still programming the next events. So one of the things we want to do is to be informed by this one about what we want to do next. The we here, I think the we in this network is really interesting, right? The we is what we, whoever we choose to be, make of it. I think that's the point, really. and it's also necessary to be careful about that we, to be careful it doesn't become something exclusionary as well. So that's it. That's, I think, what we're trying to do. Yeah, so far I think it's working brilliantly. So, you know, thanks to everyone. Thanks to everyone who did the first talk yesterday. First talks, they were really fantastic. So great. Okay.
Thanks, Caroline. Yeah, I'm Janine, by the way. Sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. And I'm chairing today. So we have our 3 presenters in a similar format to yesterday, and then we'll have a comfort break, and then you'll be assigned breakout rooms, and then we'll come back for a general discussion.